indulge in that side of life no more. I ain't even interested, bro. Like, ain't no money over there in that shit, bro. That's poor people activity.
For your birthday, I offer you a challenge, sir. Pull your up, man, with 20 of your records, man. Sit across from me, man, and get this work, man.
If you get a chance,
Yes, sir.
please tell 50 bring it on out here and get this smoke. Please tell 50 Cent get his hit records and come on and sit down and see what the South got to say. Like, ain't no money over there in that shit, bro. That's poor people activity.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand if you don't want to answer to that challenge, because last time you got challenged, Kanye West dusted your off. So, you might not want to do that. So, well, guess who ain't scared of your 50?
I want him to see what the South got to say. Now listen, hey, I'm the king below the Mason-Dixon line, king of the South. I speak for all of the Southern people. Like, ain't no money over there in that shit, bro. That's poor people activity.
Pull on up, 50. Bring your ass on outside, 50. Bring your records, bring your hit records with you. You and Dr. Dre and Eminem and all y'all, goddamn the G-Unit, all y'all bring y'all.
New York been saying shit under their breath about us and having little bullshit, slick ass comments about us, thinking it's all slow down here. But they want to come down here and go to our malls and go to our clubs. Like, ain't no money over there in that shit, bro. That's poor people activity. But then they want to kick it like we substandard when they get back up top. Well, that shit stop right now. The king say that shit stop. He say he the king of New York, and if he don't want to do it, and one of the mother up there who got the goddamn catalog want to pull up, tell him come see the king. Like, ain't no money over there in that shit, bro. That's poor people activity.
Your daddy made your mama eat every box in Atlanta.
That's poor people activity.
Welcome back to the channel, because today we've got several stories making waves, and trust me, some of them are already stirring up serious reactions. One of the biggest involves T.I., who is catching heat over comments he recently made about Verzuz battles, which is especially interesting considering his family previously found themselves in a public clash with 50 Cent after a dispute that started when 50 turned down T.I.'s challenge for a Verzuz matchup, and fans are definitely not letting this slide. But that's only part of the conversation. We also have former NFL player Larry Johnson, once closely connected to Jay-Z, going all in with criticism aimed at the rap mogul, following the release of a recent 7-minute promotional documentary tied to Beyoncé's latest secretive rollout. And if that wasn't enough, a fiery debate involving Eminem has erupted across X, leaving many people wondering what exactly sparked such intense frustration toward him in the first place. From what I've seen over the years, the strongest and most relentless criticism aimed at Eminem usually comes from 3 very specific groups, if you know what I'm getting at. We'll get deeper into that shortly. As for T.I., he recently appeared on the Joe Budden podcast, and one particular clip from that conversation is what really set everything in motion.
In that side of life no more. I ain't even interested, bro. Like, ain't no money over there in that shit, bro. That shit poor people activity.
Oh, hell no.
T.I., man. I'm 45, bro. I'm 45. What the fuck I'm doing? Going back and forth with a man. Like, for what, bro? Like, why?
To celebrate music.
To celebrate music. I could do that talking about me. Why the fuck I gotta be telling me nah?
To celebrate each other's music.
Alright, cool. If I find somebody that...
And it might be some money in it.
Well, then we can talk.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad the verses that you had announced at the time did not happen. Because I'm a Jeezy fan, and I have to be honest, it might have got a little dark that night.
Nah, man, me and Young got real, like, we partners, man.
I understand that. I'm just talking about record for record.
For what?
It
He don't mean like...
No,
He mean
music.
He mean
I'm talking music. I'm just talking about just music. No, just music.
We both would. I think it would have been a celebratory.
Been classy.
Both of us would have got our shit off. I don't think it would have been no. To me, in Verzuz, I don't think there are no winners and losers. Everybody celebrates the catalog. Everybody get a spike.
No, it's winners and losers.
It's been a couple
Everybody get a
losers.
motherfucking spike. You can't watch him without watching me.
I don't think the losers come from. I don't think
but then
You
we
can't hear his songs without hearing that.
The losers don't come from the music that's played, they come from the performance.
Yes,
That's typically where the loser comes from.
that's a fact.
So who can actually
Not always.
perform?
Not always. Not always.
Hit- hit-
Not
hit-
always.
I'm saying like that Dipset joint.
That's
That's
winners
that's-
losers.
Shit, even the Keith Sweat, Bobby Brown shit. Now, don't get me wrong, Keith Sweat got a catalog. But if we had a Bobby Brown of a certain era that was a performer to what he was to,
Ja
it'd
Rule,
look
Fat
different.
Joe.
Keith Sweat and music. Yeah, that was music.
Ja Rule, Fat Joe was music.
You know who usually wins? The underdog. If you think about it, everybody go in thinking that it's gonna go one way.
And the backlash came fast, with rap fans wasting no time calling T.I. out over what many saw as a complete rewrite of recent history. One fan pointed out that T.I. was practically campaigning for a Verzuz battle with 50 Cent less than a year ago, reminding everyone that the internet definitely hasn't forgotten those moments. Others were just as stunned. According to some reactions, hearing Tip make these comments now feels completely out of sync with the very public dispute that erupted because he wanted that Verzuz matchup with 50 in the first place. Seriously, you can't make this up. The laughing and crying emojis were everywhere. And the criticism only got louder. Some users sounded genuinely irritated by the whole thing. One commenter flat out called T.I. a clown for the remarks, while another argued that this kind of attitude is exactly why certain black entertainment platforms have lost credibility with audiences. They also questioned how someone could dismiss Verzuz as something for struggling artists when he previously tried to build major momentum around the possibility of facing an artist who arguably never needed the platform to begin with. To many fans, that logic simply wasn't adding up. But the conversation didn't stop there, because T.I. also shared an interesting story about the creation of Swagger Like Us, the star-studded record featuring Lil Wayne, Kanye West, and Jay-Z.
Swagger like us.
Me.
After you.
That's hard. That's difficult, man. I don't know, bro. They kind of, all of them I feel like are equal but opposite. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if they good, but they all equal amount of good for different reasons, man. I love the Wayne verse. I love the whole verse. Mm-hmm.
It's like a band from TV kind of question. You can go any,
bro.
you can go any route.
I can't tell you.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask the man himself.
I can't tell you, bro. I can't even pick now. I can't pick now, but I would love to hear what the fans have to say.
Check.
Oh my God,
Leave it not
Chat.
Just
Don't
say
do that
chat.
again, yo.
Type it up, Chad, in the comments. Fuck they talking about. Leave it right there where we can see it.
Now, I'm curious to hear where you stand on this one. After Joe Budden brought the topic up, attention quickly shifted to YouTube audience retention stats, and the results are pretty surprising. Based on the data being discussed, the sections viewers replay the most are the chorus and Kanye West's verse. What's interesting is that engagement reportedly starts to fall off once Jay-Z's verse kicks in. From there, Lil Wayne and T.I. appear to be neck and neck when it comes to the least viewed portions of the official audio. So the real question is this: do those numbers reflect how you actually feel about the song? Meanwhile, in a completely different story, one of 50 Cent's most well-known rivals, Floyd Mayweather, has reporters and commentators raising eyebrows after claims surfaced online involving an alleged $200,000 check that reportedly didn't clear. If the situation turns out to be exactly as it's being described, it could become far more serious than a simple financial dispute and potentially open the door to major legal trouble.
Charges for passing a bad check for $200,000 and faces very serious criminal charges on that situation. So September is a long way away. He's got to figure out what's going to happen in terms of his freedom, because if he's convicted, he's looking at a lot of years in prison for fraud and the types of things you do when you write a bad check for $200,000 for a watch, which I would tell you this: if you are in the type of financial trouble that Floyd is very obviously in, it has been well reported in a lot of different places, all the issues he's had. I've reported about the Internal Revenue Service has a tax lien against him for over $7 million, the unpaid taxes for a couple of years. He also has a $1 million judgment against him because of back child support. He got pregnant a stripper at his now closed strip club. There's been a bunch of other civil cases. I think it's at least 4, it might be more, for unpaid bills related to like apartment rentals and jewelry and usage of private jets. And he's got a lot of problems. He's taken advances. It's either the Pacquiao fight he's taking advance money on or the Mike Tyson exhibition he's taking advance money on to help get himself into a better situation financially. So he's going to have to go through with those fights, presumably, or have to pay back the money. It's one thing to have a civil lawsuit against you where it's all about how much money you might owe somebody or be ordered to pay. It's a whole different matter when now your freedom is in jeopardy because you allegedly committed a criminal act, which obviously you'd have to be proven guilty in a court of law. The fact that Mayweather at age 49 has to feel forced to come out of his retirement, whether it's to have an actual fight against Pacquiao or to continue to do exhibition matches strictly because of the money. After they've made $1.2 billion in gross amount of money for their career, he's doing it because he needs the money, and that's what he knows how to do. It's the only thing he really can do that can bring in big bucks. And again, I don't know if he's guilty, though we'll let the courts decide that, but if he is guilty, the idea that he would write a check for $200,000 that they claim he knew was going to bounce for a watch, when you're already in all that kind of terrible financial trouble in the first place, you really got to figure out what your priorities are. What are you writing a $200,000 check for a watch when you owe so much money? Who needs a $200,000 watch in the first place? But if you can afford it, fine. But if you're broke, that's a bad, go get a $25 Timex.
At this point, somebody might want to put in a call to 50 Cent. Of course, that's assuming 50 wasn't just having fun and trolling everyone on Instagram like he usually does. Meanwhile, as the internet keeps moving, comedians are still finding ways to joke about Jay-Z's hair situation, even after the now viral transformation clip started making the rounds. Following the video showing the removal of his locks, another update revealed that nearly a full day was spent carefully detangling and deep conditioning his hair after 6 days of work. The stylist also explained that his hair was blow-dried and the ends were trimmed before the washing process was completed. Once everything was prepared, Jay-Z was given a fresh set of cornrows. The video then highlighted the products used throughout the process. According to the stylist, a wrap and set foam was applied to the braids, along with oil, balm, and a moisture sealing lotion to help maintain the style beneath his do-rag. But while social media remains focused on the hairstyle conversation, Jay-Z's former friend and ex-NFL player Larry Johnson continues taking shots at the hip-hop billionaire whenever the opportunity presents itself, especially in the aftermath of that controversial freestyle.
Y'all's boy tried to clean up his capitalist image that I don't do anything unless there's money tied to it image. I don't move for the black community unless there's money in it image with that GQ interview. Then he tried to reinvent himself by coming out at the Roots picnic dressed as Eazy-E/Ab-Soul, tried to use that energy to funnel it into the freestyle that missed its target, tried to convince you that he's tough by mentioning a knife event 30 years ago. Then got caught and embarrassed when he tried to push past y'all with this energy that he gathered from the Roots picnic, making it seem like it was okay to release his Reasonable Doubt album with Target, amidst the whole boycott Target because they're rolling back DEI inclusivity programs. And in order to cover up that L, now they released a 7-minute hair journey, if you will, and a documentary about how he undid his dreads, undid his locks to show you how he got his afro back. And now all the social media platforms that they own, all the influencers that they pay, all the ignorance of those who are just idol worshippers are calling it now Black Love, skipping over the fact that they both were mentioned to be on that island where little kids were touched. But that is Black Love, a 60-year-old man doing a blog documentary about how he combed his locks out and said it was for his father. Mind you, we heard nothing about this man's father, but we know more about his gay mother than we do about his absentee father. And it was 7 days that they combed his locks out on this 7-minute blog. And y'all don't catch the numerology behind the number 7. The 7th letter of the alphabet is G, which is also found in the emblem of the square and compass, which is for Freemasonry. Like I said, this entire scheme from beginning to end is pathetic. Instead of taking the L like a grown 60-year-old man, they resorted to doing a hair blog journey for a man damn near in his 60s. They have never been for the black community and ain't never been for y'all since they came out or since they transitioned into Satanism and Luciferianism. I wish I would let that whole programming go and let it die out.
The responses have been all over the place so far, with people landing on completely different sides of the discussion. Now, shifting gears, things got especially chaotic when a user on X asked a simple question: name a rapper better than Eminem. You won't believe how quickly that post found the exact audience needed to turn the comments section into a full-blown war zone. One critic fired back, claiming Eminem is overrated and nothing more than a fast-talking rapper, while admitting they only enjoy a couple of his songs. The same person went even further, arguing that rap isn't real music and praising Ghostface Killah as a true poet, adding that they had supposedly told him that directly in person. They also dismissed the idea that Eminem is some kind of lyrical genius, insisting his success comes largely from being white. According to their argument, his music mainly connects with angry suburban teenagers dealing with everyday family problems that feel world-ending to them. Then came perhaps the wildest statement of all, when the user admitted they had disliked Eminem ever since he first became famous. Just think about that for a second. Imagine publicly admitting that someone has occupied space in your mind for more than 2 decades. I'll let you connect the dots yourself regarding what crowd that commenter may have been representing. Meanwhile, plenty of other users couldn't believe what they were reading. One response claimed the critic wasn't old enough to remember Eminem in his prime and should stick to cartoons, which only poured gasoline on the fire. That's when the original commenter came back with another twist, revealing that they were actually born in 1982.
We're still driving in wood cars. Damn.
But setting the jokes aside for a moment, some people argued that the age revelation actually made the entire situation even more embarrassing. One user pointed out that being in your 40s should mean you're well past spending your time trying to provoke strangers online, adding that someone that age should know better than to spend their days farming outrage for attention. And if the goal really was to stir people up, then mission accomplished. The post ended up generating thousands of reactions across X and sparked one of those debates that just refused to die. People jumped into the comments from every angle, turning a simple question about Eminem into a full-scale internet argument. Either way, it definitely got everyone talking. And with that, we're wrapping things up for today. As always, I'm interested to hear your take on these stories down in the comments section. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.